What's up everybody, Daan de Groot here at Haven BJJ. Welcome to a new video in our Quick Start Guide series. In this video I'm going to tell you everything about our classes, our class structure, our schedule, the different classes we have on the program, and also about our curriculum, the way we teach our students Jiu-Jitsu. So let's get straight into it with the class structure of our regular classes. Alright, so we're going to start with a regular class. We'll talk about our special classes a little bit later in the video, so stick around for that as well. You'll learn about some really cool specialty classes we have. But for now, our regular classes. They always start with a warm-up. We are not a big believer in long draining warm-ups. At Haven BJJ, our philosophy is that if you want to get stronger, go to the gym. If you want to get better conditioning, go running or rowing. If you want to get better at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's where we come in, okay? So we're not gonna make you do 100 push-ups, we're not gonna make you do burpees for half an hour. We're going to quick solo drills and fall break movements. Important things we need to learn to train in a safe way, and this usually only takes a few minutes. So our warm-up is all about quickly getting our blood flowing and learning some important basic body movements for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. After the warm-up, we go into our technical part of the class. The first part is going to be a stand-up technique. Every week has a stand-up theme where we teach you some competition-proven, effective takedowns that have worked over the years at the highest level. So that's the first part of the class. You can drill that with a partner, the coach shows the techniques, and then you can go 1-for-1 or 2-for-2, practicing the technique that the coach just showed. Next up, we're going to go into the groundwork. We'll talk more about which techniques we do when, but we follow every week a curriculum, and every week has a technique of the week. This is also the part where we split the group between our beginner group, which is white belts, and between our advanced group, which means blue belts and higher level. So everybody gets a technique that fits with their level. The white belts don't get overwhelmed with high level techniques, and the blue belts don't get bored with the same old basic techniques that they've been doing for years. So that's where we split the group. Again, the coach shows the technique, and you can drill with your training partner 1-for-1, 2-for-2, whatever you prefer. Usually there are 2 or 3 techniques during each class, depending on the complexity of the technique. After the technical part, we're going into specific sparring, and this is one of the most important parts of the class, because now you're bridging that gap between learning the technique theoretically and putting it into practice during sparring. You're going to start in that position of the week, and you're both trying to achieve your goal. So let's say we're a mount. My goal might be to escape, and my partner's goal might be to pin me, get a submission, or go to my back. When either of us succeeds, we go back to the position, and then only after 2 minutes, we switch top to bottom. That's the specific part. We usually do 2 rounds of this. Now, after the specific part, we're going into free sparring. And we talked a little bit about this in the training etiquette video. You can watch it in this corner right here. But our free sparring is starting standing if there's enough space on the mat and if you're high enough level. If you're 2 beginners, 2 white belts, just start on your knees. One is playing guard, the other one is trying to pass, and you can work from there so you don't get injured. We talk about that extensively in that BJJ etiquette video. Now, after the free sparring, we do a lineup, we greet each other, and then you can go take a shower, go home, or join our next class. So that's the structure of our regular classes. Now, let's talk a little bit about our curriculum. I don't want to give away too much, but our beginner group, they go through our entire curriculum every 9 weeks. So every 9 weeks, we pass every big position in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Most important guards, mount, side control, back mount, turtle, all these positions you'll work every 9 weeks. So every week you have a new position, and every 9 weeks you've been through all of them. So after 9 weeks, you will have a good overview of what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is. That's our beginner curriculum. Now, our advanced curriculum is a little bit different. They work longer and they go more in depth on positions for a longer period of time. So they don't go through a new position every week, but they focus on a few positions during a longer period of time. All right, so we know the class structure, we know how our curriculum works. Now let's talk about our training schedule. And this is where Haven BJJ really stands out. At the time of filming, we have by far the most classes for a jiu-jitsu gym in the Netherlands, and probably in the region as well. So let's take a look at our schedule. Our classes start at 7 a.m. in the morning. So if you're an early bird, if you like to wake up early, this is the class for you. We have quite a cool group of high level and beginners as well. We have a nice mix. In the morning class, these people come in before work, get their training in. We have a very high level coach in the morning classes, Mr. Dennis Savage. Most of you know him from the YouTube channel as well. Very, very good professor. And he runs you through the morning class. And after the class, you can drink a cup of coffee, take your shower and go straight to work. And the big benefit of our gym is that we're right in the center of Rotterdam, next to the central station. So if you need to catch the train to go to work, shower, walk 5 minutes to central station and you'll be at your work in no time. All the big business buildings are a stone throw away, so you can go by bike, you can go walking. So it's the perfect way to start your day if you have a busy schedule ahead and you like to get your training out of the way first thing in the morning. Next up, competition class. This is at 10 a.m. This is one of our most famous classes. We have a very high-level competition class. We have some of the best competitors in the world training with us. We have European champions, Vice World champions, Polaris, Grapple Fest veterans, a lot of very high-level competitors. Now this class is invitation only, so you can't just stumble in and try to do a competition class. When we feel you're ready, we'll approach you. If you have aspirations of doing competitions and you have been training for a while, you know the basics, you can also ask your coach what they think about you joining the competition class. But don't just walk in and join a competition class. These are invitation only. It's high intensity, high level training, and it's not for everybody. So if you're very serious about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, please contact one of our coaches. But otherwise, I would stick to the regular classes on the schedule. Now, after comp class, there's a noon class, the 12 class. This is also a very popular class, growing more and more, because it's a great way to break your day. And this is actually my preferred training time. Back when I was a student, I would do my studying or go to my classes, then train at lunchtime, and then get back to studying afterwards. It's a great way to break your day up, get your blood flowing, and then get back into work. Also for the people that work in Rotterdam, we're, again, right in the center, so it's super easy to go from your work, get a training in, and get back to work. For the people that have a little bit more flexible schedule, this is also a great option. Okay, so lunch class, very nice class, and we alternate gi and no gi, just like in the morning class, by the way. One day is gi, one day is no gi, so you can train all the commodities of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So that's our early schedule. Now, on to the afternoon. At 5, we teach the kids class. Kids classes are a super fun way for kids to get more confident, to learn how to move correctly, and to learn how to defend themselves. Absolute recommendation. If you have kids or if you are between 6 and 14 and you're watching this, join our kids classes. They're going to be very beneficial for you. You're going to gain a lot of confidence. You're going to learn how to defend yourself in a very fun way. We're learning all of these important skills through fun games. So make sure you join our kids classes. Also for the kids classes, there's not a trial class, but there's a trial week. So you can try out for a week, see if you or your kids like it. And you don't need a gi for this week. You can just wear shorts and a t-shirt. And that way you can know if your kids like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So absolute recommendation, if you're between 6 and 14 years old, join our kids classes. Then at 6, we have a few different specialty classes. We'll talk about that in the next part of the video, okay? So we have a few different classes going on at 6. Then at 7 and 8, we have 2 regular classes. Those are our busiest times. They alternate gi and no gi. So one day it will be gi, then no gi. The other day will be no gi and then gi. So you can learn, again, both commodities of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. These are the busiest classes. So if you want a little bit more personal attention, definitely go to those 7 a.m. and 12 in the afternoon classes. All right, now let's talk about our specialty classes. So far we focused on our regular classes, but we have a few specialty classes. Most of them are at 6, but we have a few exceptions. Let's start with our mastery course. Now, our regular classes have a theme of the week. Our mastery course has a theme of the month or sometimes several months, where we go really deep into one position. These classes are every Monday and Wednesday at 8. So if you really want to study a certain position, get a deep knowledge of it, join these mastery courses. The theme will be announced on our Instagram, but also in our WhatsApp group, on our email list. And that way you can get deep knowledge of a position. We've done so far triangle mastery, and now at the time of shooting this video, we're working on guard retention, learning how to defend your guard, and looking at that from many different angles, so you can get a deep understanding of the movement. Next specialty class we have is the BJJ Basics. This is a more and more popular class on our schedule. During the regular class, the coach is splitting his time between the beginner group and the advanced group. But during the BJJ basics class, they're completely focused on the beginners. There are no advanced students there. So you're going to learn the basics, you're going to get all the context of the position, and you get a little bit more attention from the coach as well, because there's just one group. One big difference between the basics and the regular classes is that in basics, there is no free sparring. So at the end of the class, instead of sparring, you will get your sweat in because we do speed drills. The trainer will put on some nice uplifting music, and you're gonna do the moves you learned in a fast way. So you wanna do as many repetitions within the given time as you can. So you're gonna sweat for sure, you're gonna get a good workout in, but this is a nice way to cross the bridge between the introduction course and the regular classes. Now let's get to that introduction course, because every month we start a new introduction course, and this introduction course teaches you the basics of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in 2 weeks. So you'll do 4 classes over 2 weeks, and you'll learn the entire basic structure of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the most important positions, rules, movements, concepts, submissions. You get the entire basics of Jiu-Jitsu within those 4 classes, and you don't need a subscription for this. You can just buy separately the introduction course, and that way you can see if you like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu without any attachment. So definitely recommend it if you want to start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, if you are already a member and you feel like you can use that course to update your game, you can join the introduction course for free. Just email us or send us a DM, and we'll give you that introduction course on your account. So free for our members, and otherwise it's a one-time investment. Great recommendation for the people that want to start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Then our women's only classes. These are always taught by another woman, so they create a really safe and empowering environment for you to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Then finally we have our open mat. Every weekend and during big holidays we have an open mat instead of a regular class. And during the open mat you can do basically whatever you like, of course following our house rules and our training etiquette, but you can train, you can drill positions, you can spar. There's no coach teaching you techniques. We'll just put a timer on and some nice music, and you're free to train whatever you like. So those are a really cool vibe. There's always a nice atmosphere there, people trying techniques, helping each other out. So definitely don't miss out on the open mat sessions. All right, there you have it. A little bit longer video than you might have expected, but now you know about our class structure, our schedule, and all of the classes we teach throughout the day. If you have any questions about our classes, please leave the questions in the comments below. I'd be happy to clarify a little bit more, help you out with that. And I hope to see you join one of those classes very soon. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.